Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Sean Diddy Cooves, your teaching assistant has just humiliated you. I know what you're saying. Diddy, teaching assistant. Tissa, what are you talking about, baby? I am talking about the funny part of it. Let me just say this, right? Diddy's former teaching assistant, remember Diddy was working on that free game with Diddy class where he was uniting like all the different factions of the jail cell under one. He was reenacting like, what's that movie? A warrior ass come out and play. He was reenacting that in his head. Well, guess what? This assistant has just done an interview with Lauren Connell. If you guys don't remember, I had her on for the David live stream. It was amazing. But he came out and said what really happened with Diddy having a H to his throat. He said that there was never a H to his throat. As a matter of fact, to quote this man, Diddy almost lost his life over an episode of Basketball Ribs. And if you're wondering why I'm laughing about this, right? Listen to this. This guy we're about to hear is so committed to being Diddy's #1 groupie that he doesn't realize that he's unintentionally showing that Diddy lied and made up that story that was planted in the Daily Mail, TMZ, and a bunch of other publications. Like this traumatic event that gave Diddy's nightmares was just people jockeying for position to watch Basketball Wives. Y'all listen to this. Hold on, let me play this for y'all. You can get the full interview on Lauren Connell's Twitter or Conland Co. NLIN Twitter or YouTube channel. Listen to this. With no knife to his neck. Is it I recall the incident because hold on. I don't think y'all heard it right. Listen to this again.
He didn't wake up to with no knife to his neck. The incident, I recall the incident because I'm the one that intervened when the incident was going on. He was watching TV actually when this happened. He was watching Basketball Wives, and this West Coast gang member that was serving 30 years walked up to him and was really trying to take a chair from him that Diddy was already sitting on. The incident happened over a chair that nobody owns, that the facility owns. So he was trying to take this chair from Diddy. So Diddy, and mind you, Diddy wasn't scared. Diddy didn't flinch. He just stared the guy down and was asking the guy, "Your homeboy, why you coming at me like that about a chair that don't belong to none of us?" You see, I'm watching TV, and the guy got hostile. I don't know if he was trying to look for some clout or he was having a bad day. He got hostile with Diddy. But this is where I seen Diddy's actual change. When the guy was getting hostile, Diddy tried to spread love to the guy and talk some positivity to the guy.
Now, first of all, let me get into this, right? Because the full interview is actually really even funnier, right? And it's always funny to me when people forget to coordinate their lives together. What did he just reveal about what happened? I'm gonna give you my take. One, Diddy's a punk. He tried to stare that man down and be like, "Yo, I'm Diddy. But see, in jail, you know one." And the guy was like, "What's up? Let's go. I ain't scared of you." Also, he said he was from California gang member. Maybe he's like, you know what side? And shut up. I know that was corny, but I just had to say it. Let me have my fun. Anyway, right. The guy was like looking at Diddy like, "What you trying to do, bro? We can go. Let's go." And that's when Diddy punked out because like Mean Comey said when she was in that courtroom, he only likes to use his hand and feet when there's women around. When there's grown men around, he needs a bang or else he's churched to the channels. Then he said no after that guy, got really aggressive with him. That's when Diddy changed and was like, "Yo, it's all love. It's all love. It's all love." You mean that Diddy tried to bully him and act like he was big dog on the block? The guy was like, "You ain't big dog nothing. You better come off that plastic seat." Evelyn scene's about to come on because I know Evelyn Lozada is famous in jail. Don't ask me how I know. I just know. Right, he was like, "You better go." Evelyn's scene's about to come on. Is she still on Basketball Wives? Her scene's about to come on. And Diddy tried to punk him and was like, "Yo, like this my seat. Don't belong to any of us. This my seat." And the guy was like, "Not anymore." And Diddy tried to stare him down. And when that didn't work, Diddy all of a sudden got friendly. That's right. Diddy, bow down. Know your master, beloved, bow down. See, this is another reason why I think that Diddy wants to be in Fort Dix, because I think that he has some type of protection in Fort Dix. I think that the people that roll with him is like, "Yo, you going to be good." I do actually think that Diddy should, if he's not, he should be concerned with being extorted, being beat up, being across the beer. See, here's the thing. A lot of idiots, right, that shout out to Chaos Forever for coining that term. A lot of idiots are really down with they acting like domestic violence is no big deal. But see, if you know how I know, and if you know a lot of people, how they know in criminal situations, A lot of their descent into the wrong road started from seeing a ninja hitting on their mom, seeing a ninja treat their mom or someone they loved like Cassie. Now, we can argue that a lot of people that are Diddies are in jail. Yeah. But let's talk about the people who grew up seeing their moms, their sisters, their cousins, their loved ones treated worse than Cassie. And they looking at Diddy with all his entitlement and all his "I'm a billionaire, get me out of here" attitude. And I believe they're looking at him like, "Yo, I got something for you because you're getting out in about 2.5 years. I'm gonna be here for a good 10, 20, and baby, we can add 5 more onto that." I really think that's Diddy's grit is fear and worry. And honestly, if it is, I believe he does have a right to be afraid and to actually be worried. Now, if you're wondering who was that man that was actually talking, right? He was an ex-inmate, and he was talking about Diddy's life inside the MDC. Raymond Costello, a former inmate who lived alongside Sean Diddy Combs at the MDC Brooklyn, is speaking out, revealing what really happened behind bars, including the shocking knife incident and an unlikely story of redemption. I don't see the unlikely story. It sounds like they weren't on the same page, because how's it a story of redemption when you lied about what happened to you in the middle of the night and planted it all over? Where's the redemption? You're still lying to get what you want. And this is how you got into this thing in the first place. You keep lying to get what you want because you think everybody's stupid and you think the laws don't apply to you. All right. And who is this? Raymond Castillo. He served as Diddy's teaching assistant for his free game with Diddy. Now, maybe calling this man a groupie was too harsh, but at the end of the day, where's the redemption? You're looking at the lens like as soon as he saw the guy wasn't going to back off, he tried to spread love. I know he did before he got his ass kicked up and down subblock A, B, C, D, E, and F and G, right? I know he actually did, but yo, can they at least, where is the redemption if Diddy's still lying to get what he wants? If he's still dropping fake PR press? If he's still you worried about his image over honesty? Now let me just say this. If he didn't mess up his image, he wouldn't have to worry about that whole honesty. Nobody said he had to be a Boy Scout. You just had to be a human being. And he even want to be a human being. So, here we are with Louis Costello letting us know what his teaching assistant was to Diddy, literally saying that Diddy got punked and they lied about the knife attack. And again, he said he was in jail and he said that didn't happen. Carlucci did his buddy said it did. Carlucci, to actually hear that story, would have had to hear it from Diddy. So again, Diddy's still lying. Diddy's still trying. I don't see the redemption arc, but hey, it is what it is. Interestingly enough, for Diddy to try to act again, are we going to laugh because this was all over basketball-wise? You think Diddy is writing letters to Evelyn Lozada? You think he's planning the next freak-off? You think the warden took off gigolos on Comcast cable and they're monitoring to make sure nobody from Cowboys and Angels comes and visit? Listen, I don't know. I mean, I guess this is a very sad time for escorts that are a 5 in the face on their best day. I guess your sole benefactor is still going to be behind bars. Anyway, you guys listen, let me know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm making another video too. You know, Diddy is challenging everything, but let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later, bye.